So how you hold the drumsticks and how you play on the drum and the drum kit is so important because it affects how comfortable you feel when you play. It affects how fast you'll eventually be able to play. It affects the sounds. So many things. It's so important. So you've got to spend some time working on this. So let's go right back to basics. Everybody knows what a drumstick looks like. It's tapered, so it means it's thinner at one end and thicker at the other end where you hold it. It has a tip which you normally play the playing surfaces with, but you can play on the edge as well for cymbals and things like that, but mainly you play with the tip. And because of that taper, the balance point, because we want a stick is designed to bounce and bounce up and down on the drums, the balance point is going to be further back because it's thinner here and thicker here. So to find that balance point, you're going to just get your index finger or middle finger under the stick to act like a pivot, and just let that stick, just try and find that balance point. Let me just put that one down. The balance point where the stick bounces. So if you're holding too far back, the stick will just die in the drum, and if you're holding too far forward, the stick will fall backwards. You won't be able to put it down onto the pad. So a good guide for an adult anyway is just that there's a bit of stick. You can see a bit of stick out the back of your hand here. Okay, if you've got smaller hands you might have a bit more stick, but just a little bit of stick out the back of your hand. Okay, now you're going to put your thumb on the side of the stick, the index finger on the side of the other side of the stick, and the middle finger, really, that's the finger I use as the pivot point. Okay, so it's like that triangle of fingers, those three fingers, thumb on the side, index finger the other side, and the middle finger underneath. Okay, and just try and let the stick fall out of the air and just let it bounce. Okay, same in your left hand. The left hand might take a little bit more time to get used to that idea. Okay, usually you're teaching the left hand from what the right hand does. That's the stronger hand. The opposite way around if you're left-handed. Now once you've found that balance point, you're going to hold your sticks in a triangular shape above the drum. Okay, now this is because you want your wrists to be straight. Do it like that. You want your wrists and arms to be straight, and that angle that you get in your fingers is where the stick goes through. So you'll see people playing all sorts of different ways. You might find people playing like this, but you can see immediately I'm all sort of tensed up. So try and hold the sticks in the most natural way. So fingers just here, thumb on the side. You can see, like, if you relax your hands goes into that natural sort of shape. Okay? So triangular shape. And they wait just above the drum, ready to play. So then we're just going to play right, left, right, left. Notice the stick hits the drum and just waits just above it, not pushing the sticks in. I've done another video on pushing sticks into drums. Never, never. Always let the stick rebound out. Okay, now these other two fingers here, the little finger and the fourth finger, are just going to rest on the stick, yeah, and just go in and out with the stick. All right, you don't want these fingers hitting the stick because you'll get vibrations through. Okay. So I'm using my wrists a lot there. I'm also trying to sit up straight. I could do better on this. I tend to hunch over a little bit, but sit up straight, relax shoulders, relaxed elbows, and just let all these lines aid the stick going up and down. So the things you can practice are single strokes, which are right, left, double strokes, right, left, right, left, and paradiddles. Now paradiddles, well, all those are rudiments, but those funny sounding rudiments, you might have heard of ruffs or flams. The idea is that the word sounds like the sticking. So paradiddle, paradiddle. The diddle is the double part of the exercise. So right, left, right, right, or paradiddle. That's one half, and then the other half is left, right, left, left. So you never have 3 notes on one hand in a row. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Paradiddle, paradiddle. If you practice those each day, single strokes, double strokes and paradiddles, you'd be well on the way to good technique. It's also good if you tend to get a bit distracted to just, like I've done here, just have one drum in front of you so you can't start playing the rest of the drum kit. You're just concentrating. It's time for you to concentrate just on your technique for 5 or 10 minutes before you get on the kit, and just work on that and just think about your technique, because as soon as you start playing the drums it's less obvious because you've got your hands in different places, you've got them crossed over. Yeah, so try and apply that technique when you move over to the hi-hat or to the toms. Everything still stays in the same nice lines and your wrists moving up and down. I'll tell you a quick story. When I went to study drums and music at college, all the drummers there seemed to be playing jazz like this. It was a jazz degree. So I thought, I better change my technique, which I previously thought was great technique. So I thought, oh no, I better change my technique. They're all playing this way. So immediately, again, see my shoulders have hunched up. Your wrists, I don't believe, really work that well, very well. And the jazz drummers out there may disagree with me, but the wrist really moves that way. You can get all that movement right up. You've got almost 180 degrees. You turn your hand that way, you've got limited movement. So I believe, anyway, and it's always served me really well to play this way. So the end of that story is I practiced so much like this. I actually got tendonitis in my hands and my arms, and that's when the tendons just start to get, it's really sore and it's like a burning feeling. So ended up spending the rest of the year turning back to playing like this. Okay, to sum up, hold your sticks in a triangular shape. You got the thumb on the side, index finger on the other side, and middle finger that's where the pivot point is. So the pivot point is just slightly off center towards the butt end of the stick. It's a good word, isn't it? Butt end. Okay, until the stick feels nice and it bounces the most. Yeah, not towards the ends, it will die, not towards the middle. Shoulders, arms, elbows, everything really relaxed. Play with these straight lines here. Okay, bring the stick up and down.